This is the Bixonic Axentrix A1 Distortion pedal, and it's a fully digital pedal, and it sounds really great. And it's using some new processing technology that gives you some of the most amazing tones that I've heard from a digital unit. So we have controls like the accent, which is our expansion kind of function like on the original Expandora. And this will give us kind of a tighter or a looser kind of a sound, and depending what mode we're in. So we have gain, tone, and level control, and then there's secondary functions under each knob. Ooh, accidentally hit the save knob. I'll talk about that in a second. We have presets as well on this pedal. So the accent is controlled here, and we got nice LEDs here that indicate where the position of the knob is, the digital position of the knob. And so these knobs are also, besides turning them, we have LEDs following them. We can also press down. So on the gain, when we press it down, we can access different modes. So we have 4 different modes, and they respond with the different colors. So we got green here, which is our crunch sound. And then when we press it again, we go into yellow, and this is going to be our overdrive. And we hold it again, and this is distortion for red color, and then purple is going to be fuzz, which you guys heard in the intro. So we're going to go through all the different gain sounds, and then the tone is just basic tone, and then when we hold it down, we get a 3-band EQ. So we can do low, mid, and high control. Then we have level. Our secondary function on the level is we either set it for guitar or bass when we hold this down. The foot switch has an LED around it. So blue is going to be guitar. Well, actually blue is going to be bass, and then red is going to be guitar. And so the bass one lets more low end through. So those are the secondary functions. On the accent knob here, we can select how bright our LEDs are. I have it turned up pretty high so that it's visible on the camera. So it's a fully digital pedal, so we have presets. Now when we find the sound we like, we can hit save and then save it to one of these 3 presets. And this pedal has a little toggle switch on the side of it, which we can do true bypass or we can do buffered bypass. And I was in true bypass, so when you turn this pedal off, there's no LEDs on. So when we go into bypass mode, the foot switch LED is always going to be lit white. And what's interesting is we can also adjust the bypass tone when we're in buffered bypass. So we can hold down the Q and we can control the accent knob, kind of giving us a little bit of different of flavor and feel. And then we can adjust our bypass tone. So I kind of have it set in the middle here, but we can check that out as well. So that's interesting. So got to be mindful of that, where your Qs are set if you're going to be in buffered bypass. But when we hit the little switch to true bypass, we are bypassing any kind of signal processing. And also to this pedal, you can get an external foot switch controller, which I have here. We got 4 foot switches, and we have LEDs on here, so we can turn it on and off with this foot switch. It'll have corresponding LEDs here, and then we can do the 3 different presets via this foot switch as well. And this foot switch can work without power, it won't just display the LEDs, but it'll do everything else. It'll switch, but if we plug in the 9-volt power to it, we get our LEDs, which is nice. And another interesting function in this pedal is we have a tuner. So when we're in the buffered bypass mode and we hit some notes, we kind of get the strobe tuning here on the LEDs. Now I don't know. Now each note kind of has a different knob lighting up. I don't know what the sequence is, but you get a tuner as well. Let's go through the sounds and hear what we can get with this pedal. The processing in it, it's just so good. Like, it doesn't feel like a digital pedal. You get just the juiciest distortion tones. So let's go through the 4 different modes: the crunch, overdrive, distortion, and fuzz. And then I'll plug in guitar with some humbuckers as well. So my signal chain is the Strat going into the Axentrix, and then we're going into my TC Electronic Alter Ego X4 delay, and then into my Vox AC30. So let's check it out.